coming in.
No.
Yeah, so when it's somebody's round, they will like have the spotlight on them. So if everybody else could go off camera and mute, I know it's stressful, and I'll stay on screen because it's probably better to understand the questions if you can see the person you're talking to. And obviously, don't write the answers in the comments. Well, you probably can't type that fast anyway. So I will have the timer on. If there are any like fact-checking things like at the end of the round, if you think there's something that's a mistake, let me know. And probably the best thing I can do is give you an alternative question and just give you a really brief amount of time to answer. Hopefully there won't be any problems like that. Any other questions before we start?
Let's do this.
Okay, so the round order for the specialist subject will be number 1, Greg, Survivor Samoa. Number 2 will be Michael, who is doing China. Then Tracy, Heroes versus Villains. Nick is doing San Juan del Sur. Freak is going to Guatemala. And Stark has chosen Survivor China. So we're going all over the seasons in a random order. Number 1, Greg fan. Now, who's that going to be? I'm guessing Dylan? In the waiting room? Unless it's another bot. I don't know.
It won't be Dylan. Oh, that's Rob.
Okay, I guess he can stay. All right, so let me get my timer ready.
Oh god.
I know. Ooh, I'm kind of stressed.
Do you want us to go take our cameras off when like someone else is doing it?
Yes. So if everybody could go off camera right now, I will change the way you do the view. Oh, I don't know how to make that bigger.
I've just hidden the non-video participants anyway, and then it's just me.
Okay. All right. How does that work? Is that okay? All right. So I'll start the timer after I've read the first question, and then we'll just like try and go through. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the beat, but if not, I'll let you know. Okay. Oh yeah, your name.
Oh, Greg.
Your occupation.
Geophysicist.
And your chosen subject.
Survivor Samoa.
Okay, I don't know if I can do this every round. I'm going to laugh. Okay, right. We're going to start now. Tribes had to vote for leaders at the beginning of the game. Who was chosen as leader of the Foa tribe?
Mitt.
Correct. Which team won the Flint in the opening challenge of the game?
Farfar.
Correct. In order to gain sympathy from his tribe, Russell lied about suffering the loss of a pet in what natural disaster?
Hurricane Katrina.
Correct. How many players from Foa left the game before Galoo went to tribal council?
4.
Correct. 2 players were medically evacuated this season, Russell Swan and which other player?
Mike Barassi.
Correct. Who was chosen as the new leader of Galoo after their original leader's departure from the game? Correct. When asked by Jeff if baseball is his sport, what does Danger Dave Ball reply is his sport?
Making love.
Correct. Russell Hantz was able to find hidden immunity idols without clues. Where was his second idol hidden?
Under the bridge.
Correct. Which contestant's occupation was listed as t-shirt designer?
Brett Klauser.
Correct. Who was the last player voted out before the tribes merged?
Liz Kim.
Correct. Jason belonged to the national team for what sport?
Water polo.
Correct. Besides Russell Hantz, which 3 contestants returned for future seasons?
Laura Moret, Russell Swan, and Monica Padilla.
Correct. Who was the only member of Foa to be on the jury?
Jason.
Correct. John Finch's flipping to the Foa alliance caused what member of Galoo to be voted out?
Laura.
Correct. How much money did Russell initially offer to pay Natalie White for the title of sole survivor?
Oh my God, $500,000.
Incorrect, it was $10,000. Besides Russell, who was the only, I'll start it so I'll finish. Besides Russell, who is the only other player to locate a hidden immunity idol before the merge?
Eric.
Correct. Bloody hell. At the end of that round, Greg, you have scored 15 points and no passes.
Everyone go watch Survivor Samoa because it's really good.
Yes, it is. I'll second that. Excellent job. All right, thank you, Greg. Michael, full of that.
Oh, jeez. I can't follow that. I can promise that I'm not going to follow up with, what was it, 14?
Don't worry. Well, I got through more questions than I was expecting then. All right, let me just reset the timer. Hold on a sec. Wait. Okay, so, oh yes, your name please.
Michael,
Your occupation.
business intelligence analyst,
And your chosen specialist subject.
Survivor Cambodia.
Okay, and we start now. Second chance players were voted into the game by members of the public. Which popular player from Survivor Exile Island failed to make the cut?
Shane,
Correct. How many players from Cagayan returned for Survivor Cambodia?
4.
Correct. On the Takeo tribe, players quickly got into a power struggle based on their approach to the game. Who were the rivals of the Shelter People?
Beach people.
Correct. This was the first season to have idols hidden in immunity challenges. Which Entertainment Weekly writer originally proposed this idea?
Dalton Ross.
Correct. What item of jewelry did Abby Maria lose, causing early tensions with PG, whose bag it was found in?
Bracelet.
Correct. A third tribe was introduced at the tribe switch. What was the name of this new tribe?
Angkor.
Correct. Which two players who didn't make the cut for Cambodia would end up going to the final 3 together in a future season?
Troyzen and Brad.
Correct. Which player had to leave the game due to a family medical emergency?
Terry Dietz.
Correct. Who won the challenge that rewarded a player with a vote steal?
Stephen Fishback.
Correct. Whose vote was stolen by the vote steal advantage?
Joe.
Correct. How many members of the original Takeo tribe made the merge?
5.
Incorrect, it was 4. Who was the last player to be voted out before the tribes merged?
Woo.
Correct. Which player calls Stephen Fishback a Debbie Downer when he complains about missing out on a reward?
Savage.
Incorrect, it was Abby Maria. How many votes did Kelly Wentworth's idol play negate to send Andrew Savage to the jury?
9.
Correct. Which player was banned from attending the live reunion show due to breaking the terms of their contract?
Vetus.
Correct. How many consecutive immunity challenges did Joe win in this season?
3.
Incorrect, it was 4. What was the name of Spencer's girlfriend who visited for the loved one's reward challenge?
Something weird starting with M. Myrna.
Incorrect. Our time is up. It was Marcella. It was something weird beginning with M. So at the end of that round, Michael, you have 13 points and no
I'll take
passes.
it.
Very good. Thank you very much. Tracy. All right.
Now it's about to go downhill, Fiona.
For me too. I need some cider. Hang on.
Have a drink.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Whew. All right. Your name, please.
My name is Tracy.
Correct. Your occupation.
Supermom.
Your chosen subjects.
Survivor heroes versus villains.
All right, let's get started. In which country was Heroes versus Villains filmed?
Panama.
Incorrect, Samoa.
I know.
What form of transport is used for the entrance of the players in the first episode?
Helicopters.
Correct. Which 2 players received injuries in the first reward challenge of the season?
Rupert and Stephanie.
Correct. Who was the first person on the Heroes tribe to find a hidden immunity idol?
Tom.
Correct. Which member of the Heroes tribe coined the phrase banana etiquette in response to James hogging all the bananas he could find?
Amanda.
Correct. What food reward did the villains get to eat as they watched the opposing tribe's tribal council?
Hot dogs.
Correct. In the double immunity idol play, which two tribe mates did Parvati play idols on?
Sandra and Jerry.
Correct. What is the name of Colby's brother who gets yelled at by Colby in the Loved Ones challenge?
Damn it, Reed! Reed.
Correct. In the finale episode of Heroes vs. Villains, Sandra threw Russell's hat in the fire. In his previous season, Russell burned a pair of his tribe mate's socks. Whose socks were they?
Jason's.
Correct. At a reward challenge, 3 players got to spend the night away from camp watching a film. What film did they watch?
Treasure Island.
Correct. During the reward, Amanda Kimmel and Danielle De Lorenzo got into a fight over an idol clue. Which player witnessed this fight but was more interested in watching the film?
Colby.
Correct. In a break from tradition, this season used a different slogan. Outwit, outplay at last was replaced by return, revenge, and what?
Redemption.
Correct. Which player on the Heroes tribe was given the unfortunate nickname Superman in a fat suit?
Colby.
Correct. What was the name of the band formed at Ponderosa by the first members of the jury?
The Dragons.
Correct. At the final tribal council, who did Candice cast her vote for?
Sandra.
Correct. Who was the first player to achieve the record of playing Survivor for 100 days, reaching
Amanda.
the milestone on day 22? Heroes versus Villains. Amanda Kimmel is correct. You did better than you thought. Let me count. 14, 15 points, and no passes.
Sorry, I cursed.
The study paid off.
Maybe I should have chosen Heroes versus Villains. I didn't even watch it. I don't even know most of those answers.
All right. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Your name, please.
Nick.
Your occupation.
Student.
Your chosen subject is.
Survivor San Juan del Sur.
All right, let's get started. In which country was San Juan del Sur filmed?
Nicaragua.
Correct. Due to a contestant failing a medical examination, how many pairs started the game?
19? No, 15.
Incorrect. It was 9 pairs. Exile Island was in play this season. Prior to San Juan del Sur, what was the last season with Exile Island?
Token jeans?
Correct. How many idols does Val claim to have in her possession when she returns from Exile Island?
2.
Correct. Loved ones faced off in a duel to decide who would be sent to Exile Island. What was the name of the place where these duels took place?
I don't know. The Troika.
Incorrect. It was Hero Arena. When the Hunapu tribe loses their flint, who tries to open negotiations with Jeff for a new one?
Drew Christie.
No, it was Reed. When Hunapu eventually find their lost flint, who decides to negotiate with Jeff to get their fishing gear back?
Drew Christie?
Correct. What was the name of John Rooker's girlfriend who quit the game just before the merge?
Julie McGee.
Correct. Wes Nail was the first person on the Coyopa tribe to identify John Rooker as a baseball player. What team did he play for as relief pitcher?
Oh my god, it's like a weird thing. It's not like a common, Tigers.
No, it was the Atlanta Braves. Who was the only man on the Hunapu tribe to team up with the women to vote out Drew?
Repeat?
Who was the only man on the Hunapu tribe to team up with the women to vote
Jeremy.
out Drew? Correct. What tribe was Kelly Wentworth on when she was voted out of the game?
Coyopa.
Correct. How many San Juan del Sur players have returned to play in future seasons?
4.
Correct. Which player, when voted out, said those wings were definitely not $1 million?
Wes?
Correct. Who did Natalie instruct Jacqueline to vote out when she played an idol for
Gayla.
her? Correct. And time is up. At the end of that round, Nick, you scored 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points and
Not
no
too bad.
passes.
Not too bad.
Very good. Thank you very much. All right. Can we have our next player, please? Freak is next.
I'm there. Should be.
Are you? Okay. I see you now. All right. You ready? Your name, please?
Freek Roeling.
Ooh, I can't say it quite like that. And your occupation?
Financial professional.
And your chosen specialist subject?
Survivor Guatemala.
Okay, let's get started. 2 returning players join the season on opposing tribes. What was the name of the tribe they played together on in Survivor Palau?
Oolong.
Correct. Survivor Guatemala was filmed in the ruins of an ancient civilization. What was the name of this civilization?
Mayans.
Correct. Who was the oldest person on this season and the first person to be voted out?
Jim.
Correct. After the 11-mile hike, which tribe was awarded the Camp of Greater Value?
Nakum.
Correct. Gary Hogaboom found the first immunity island Survivor history. Where was it hidden?
In the trees.
Correct.
In the tree.
Survivor Guatemala was the first season to include both new and returning players. What was the second?
Micronesia.
Correct. After the tribe swap, Blake receives what nickname from Amy O'Hara?
Golden Boy.
Correct. When Cindy Hall won the car challenge, she had the choice of keeping it for herself or giving a car to everyone else. What did she decide to do with her prize?
Keep the car.
Correct. Who was the only player to cast a vote for Stephanie in the final tribal council?
Rafe.
Correct. Which contestant had the most votes cast against them throughout the whole season?
Lydia.
Correct. 2 contestants are singled out at the tribe swap for having the most tribe pride. Who are they?
Brian and no. Who bleeds Nakum yellow? Pass.
It was, okay. The Yasha tribe paid a surprise visit to the opposing Nakum tribe to invite them to a birthday party. Which player's birthday were they celebrating?
Jenny.
Correct. Rafe won the most immunity of the individual immunity challenges this season. How many did he win?
3.
Incorrect, it was 4. Which player did Judd get into an argument with the tribal council over whether he had ADD?
Margaret.
Correct. In the Survivor auction, how much does Danny pay to get an advantage in the upcoming immunity challenge?
$200.
Correct. Which contestant's occupation was listed as being a magician's assistant?
Morgan.
Correct. And at the end of that round, you scored 14 points and 1 pass. You passed on which 2 contestants were singled out? It was Brian and Cindy.
Cindy.
Very good there. Excellent score. Thank you very much. And our final player, please. Start should be next.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Okay. Your name, please.
Stark.
Your occupation.
Father and game creator.
And your chosen specialist subject.
Survivor China.
All right. And we start now. How many contestants were there in this season?
16.
Correct. In the opening to Survivor China, what ultramodern city were contestants first shown in?
Shanghai.
Correct. Chinese culture was a big focus on this season of Survivor, with the contestants taking part in a Buddhist ceremony. Which contestant was unable to complete the ceremony?
Leslie.
Correct. In a change to previous seasons, Outwit, Outplay, and Outlast are replaced with Chinese characters, which roughly translate to compete in intelligence, skill, and what other quality?
Pass.
Which contestant was revealed to speak Mandarin during a pre-merge reward challenge?
John Robert.
Correct. Which Survivor China contestant was a parkour athlete?
Frosty.
Correct. In the 6th immunity challenge of the season, contestants need to participate in a gross food eating competition. What food is Denise unable to eat?
Balut.
Correct. At the merge, which tribe's camp did the players go to?
Feilong.
Correct. Who came up with the merged tribe's name, meaning black biting wind in Chinese?
John Robert.
Incorrect, it was PG. When the tribes merged, the first challenge was to recall events that occurred during the feast. Who won that immunity challenge?
Frosty.
Correct. At the end of the season, who was the highest playing contestant to never win an individual immunity challenge?
Denise.
Incorrect, it was Todd. Who was the only person to vote for Amanda at the final tribal council?
PG.
Incorrect, it was Eric. The first player eliminated, Chicken Morris, says one word upon being voted out. What word is that?
Damn.
Correct. When Courtney votes for Jean Robert the first time, she compares the sound of him sleeping to what animal being choked?
A walrus.
Correct. What is the episode title of the finale of the season?
Slippery Little Sucker.
Correct. Very good. And at the end of that round, you have 10 points and 1 pass. You passed on the name of the Outwit, Outplay, Outlast in Chinese characters was intelligence, skill, and endurance.
I would have got it wrong anyway.
Me too, and I made the questions. All right, thank you. If everybody wants to come back on camera.
That was really impressive from everyone.
It
Wow.
was. It was. Oh, I'm so glad I had enough questions. I was really starting to panic. I was saying them too fast. All right. So should we take like a 5-minute break before we get on to the next round?
And next round is just regular general knowledge, not survivor.
Regular
right?
general knowledge, and it's going to be only 90 seconds.
So I'm out, right?
No,
No,
nobody's
it's 2
out.
rounds, Nick.
Oh.
Oh, don't you worry. You're still in with a chance. No escape yet. Oh, shit. Somebody's in the waiting room.
Maybe San Juan Delta isn't my favorite season because I think I knew most of the Samoa questions and I've only watched Samoa once.
I knew most of the Samoa and most of the heroes versus villains.
There's some things that just stand out, like the.
Here's the thing,
Fine,
Josh.
put your finger on it.
Josh said the questions would be incredibly difficult, so I decided I'm gonna memorize what reward they won, how many points they won. I didn't bother remembering the normal details.
I took
Buddy, I
better
had to break
notes
down
on
the auction to know mine. Because
I took better
picked the season
notes
with
on
bloody
China than I
auction.
ever did in school.
I was thinking, okay, Sierra is the first player on screen because it's a flashback. Okay, Kelly Wentworth is the first player in the game because she looks up at the helicopter. I thought these were the questions.
I had the order that everybody was seated at every tribal council.
Oh my god.
Like I had no
Really?
idea what I was expecting.
I did that too. I did that too with the helicopters. Like who was in each helicopter coming in? I have
Wow.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm not that anal.
I wasn't
What
sure.
happened
Like
on my screen?
Now I'm curious why everyone picked for their season. I have a fun story on it, and there's also a picture included in the chat for why I picked Guatemala, because I've been to the temple.
That's like an
In
emotional
Guatemala.
connection.
Yeah, a little bit. Where they had where the 4 Gary, Amy, Margaret,
Oh wow.
who had the lunch prior to the tribe swap. I did a sunset tour on that, and also been around the lake, the Yasha Lake, and everything. That was quite fun.
Gorgeous.
that's cool.
That was really
I
good.
picked Cambodia just because that was the one where I was like most invested in Survivor during that time, and because there was all that like fan interaction and all that. It was just like that whole thing was such like a long period of time.
Yeah, I get
Cute
that.
picture.
I just have a correction to make. Sorry, Scott. You actually got 11 points, not 10.
I like that better.
I'm just rechecking. Yeah, I'm just going through everything before we go to the next round to make sure I've got it all right.
I was confused who was the banana etiquette one. So if it wasn't James, it was Amanda.
Amanda, yeah.
And
Right.
James got paid for it. That's the only
I feel-
thing.
Yeah, he said it the most, but I think it wasn't. Yeah, when she said James, I was like, oh, okay, then it must be Amanda.
That's how iconic
Yeah.
Heroes of Villains is, because I have not watched it in a really long time also, and I know these answers. Like I know who said this, I know who did what. That's how iconic that whole entire season is.
Well, yeah, I honestly I chose it. Well, Frank left, but I chose it because I was like, I want to watch. I want to do one that I want to rewatch, and so I was like, well, I want to rewatch Heroes Villains, and then I started rewatching it, and I was like, I've already rewatched this season. Whoops. So I was like, okay, well, that works out.
China was one of the first seasons that I ever watched, and was really invested in. And Todd is one of my favorite winners. I think that Todd played like a perfect game, and the fact that he did not win unanimously still makes me angry.
It'll be interesting if we all get more than 10 in general knowledge.
Yeah, that
There's
one
less time though,
completely
right?
prepared
So
for.
It is 90 seconds. Yeah, I thought we should give the most time to the survivor questions. Just gonna double check. One more.
We have like been crazy all over the board, but no Kagayan, No, David versus Goliath or something. Some of the shoe wins.
A lot of people put Cagayan for their second choice,
Okay.
but I
What
think
did everyone
everybody
else-
apart from Nick got their first choice.
Was San Juan Delta not my first pick?
Oh, it might have been. I think
I
two
think-
people chose. I can't remember now. I think there
I
might have
think
been
San-
more people wanting Cambodia.
I put Samoa Delta as my second, which I'm quite glad I didn't actually get because I
I
don't
put it as
know.
my second as well.
Cambodia is my first.
That's
The
that's
one
my
I
second.
regret
That
not
was
putting
it.
up
Yeah.
was
So Cambodia had already gone, and so you got San Juan del Sur.
And then my third was
Well-
Tocantins.
the one I
Right.
regret not doing was South Pacific because I actually know South Pacific probably the best out of everything.
South
I
Pacific,
I
right?
had Pearl Island second and Island of the Idols third.
I have no
Recency
idea what I
bias.
had.
Well, they just covered it in our AGP, so that'd been lucky you had
Yeah.
a nice recap.
Yeah, someone should
I
run more
put
to part.
Hero Villains, Pearl Islands, Micronesia. That was my 3.
Those are solid choices.
All right. So I've got the updated scores. If you want to add these onto your name, it'll make it easier maybe for the audience to keep track as well. So Greg, you've got 15. Michael is 13. Tracy is 15.
Amazing.
Nick is 10. Freak, you have 14 and one. Well, just put 14. And Stark is 11. So if there's a tie at the end, those passes may come back to haunt you.
I can't change my name for some reason. I can only mute myself and that's it.
Okay, I can add it on.
Thank you.
There, that should work. Okay. All right. Does anybody else need a break? Happy to go on to the general knowledge round?
Let's go on.
All right. So
It's actually more scared for this one than I was. for this
Yeah.
one.
you don't know what's coming
Yeah.
up.
Because that round went way better than I expected. So now I'm like, oofed.
I know.
So 90 seconds for this one, right? Just change the time. So
Who's going first?
yeah, so it will be Nick first. Your dream came true. Then it will be
I'm gonna
Stark.
flop this one.
Then it will be Freak.
What do the amount of passes do?
Oh no, Michael. So if there's a tie, if you're tied with somebody at the end of this round, the person with the fewest passes is the winner.
Oh fuck! I should have passed.
I didn't know that. I thought passes were just free.
I thought passes were a minus point.
No, not a minus. But I mean, it's unlikely that this is going to be.
So just a quick question. If you don't know
Yeah.
an answer, it's better just to guess something rather than say pass.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tracy and Greg, you're both on 15, right? So
I'm
who
happy to let
wants
Tracy
go?
decide. Tracy can decide which one.
Tracy, do you want to go last or second last?
Second to last.
Okay, so Greg, you're going from first to last.
She doesn't want to go after Greg. That's why.
I don't want to see my hopes and I don't want to have the pressure of knowing how
Trust me,
much I have
I'm
to
not
be.
thrilled about going after Tracy either.
Are you getting these questions directly from Jackbox Mystery House? Because I might have a chance.
Hate to disappoint you.
If this is questions from PM, then I think we're all failing.
They are not. Yeah, where is PM? Okay, so are we ready?
Yeah.
Nick, you are first. We've got 90 seconds on the clock.
I
rules
just
as
want to
before.
clarify.
Yep.
I'm still Nick. Occupation still student.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
Just in
Don't
case
worry.
anything changed, I'm still a student. I'm still Nick.
Okay, but anybody, if anything's changed, let me know. Otherwise, we'll assume you're still all the same details. Okay, so the time will start after I finish reading the first question. Your 90 seconds on general knowledge. Now, what nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher?
Sorry?
What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher chocolate?
Hazelnut?
Correct. What nationality was the playwright Chekhov?
Russian?
Correct. How many bones make up the human skeleton?
256?
Incorrect, it's 206. What Olympic sport consists of 10 track and field events and is held over 2 days?
Hurdling?
No, it's decathlon. What do the letters ET stand for?
Extraterrestrial.
Correct. Blue, bottlenose, and bowhead are types of what animal?
Bird.
Incorrect, it's whale. What are the 2 official languages of the Olympic movement?
English and Greek? I don't know what the question is.
No, it's French and English. Who starred opposite Patrick Swayze in the 1987 film Dirty Dancing?
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck,
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Pass?
Yeah. No, not pass. John Travolta, no passing.
Incorrect, it was Jennifer Grey. Which Mediterranean island has been divided since the Turkish invasion in 1974?
Ottoman?
No, it's Cyprus. Which Queen song ends with the words "Any way the wind blows"?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Correct. Which sign of the zodiac follows Leo? You may answer.
Can you repeat the question?
Which sign of the zodiac follows Leo?
Oh, I didn't know they go in order. Leo is
And I have to hurry you.
Pisces?
Incorrect. It is Virgo. And at the end of the general knowledge round, you have 4 points and no passes, which takes your total to 14 points. Thank you very much. We just gotta hope everybody gets 0. Keep hope alive.
The way that I absolutely thought I was getting a general Survivor knowledge question, and then when you asked about the Ferrero Rocher nut, I was like, when did that happen in Survivor?
No, that's in the final round. Got to get there first. Okay, are you ready for your non-Survivor general knowledge round?
Let's do it.
Okay, we start with first question. In which sport would you use a shuttlecock?
Curling.
Incorrect. Badminton. What is the name of Kim Kardashian's eldest child?
Navy blue.
Northwest. What are the 3 colours on the flag of Ireland?
Orange, white, and green.
Correct. The Algarve is a popular holiday destination in which country?
France.
Incorrect. Portugal. Which Shakespeare play features the characters Shylock and Portia?
Hamlet.
Incorrect. The Merchant of Venice. What does the Latin word tempus mean in English?
Temptress.
No, it's time. Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops?
Call of Duty.
Correct. What is the minimum age you have to be to stand for US president?
Is it 35?
Correct. Which country is the origin of the cocktail mojito?
Mexico.
Incorrect, it's Cuba. Who played Rachel Zane in the legal drama Suits?
Reese Witherspoon.
No, it was Meghan Markle. In what decade was Madonna born?
The 40s.
It was the 1950s. And at the end of that round, you have 3 points, which will please Nick no end.
Michael, you better get none correct, Michael. Michael, you need to get 0 correct.
I'm just going to do my best.
I don't want your best, I want your worst, Michael.
Is it? Am I next, Fiona?
Also want your worst.
Yes, you are next. You are next.
Hello.
Are you ready? Okay. All right, 90 seconds on general knowledge. Hey, who played Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter films?
What is his name? Rupert Grint.
Correct. What country was called Siam until 1939?
Vietnam.
No, it was Thailand. What is it called if you manage 3 strikes in a row in 10-pin bowling?
Turkey.
Correct. Architect Antoni Gaudi's work is mostly found in which European city?
Barcelona.
Correct. Which star constellation appears in the flags of Australia and New Zealand?
Southern Cross.
Correct. How many permanent members are there on the United Nations Security Council?
I didn't know this. Permanent 4?
No, it's 5. What is the name of the talking snowman in Disney's Frozen?
Olaf.
Correct.
Olaf.
Which animal is featured on a Ferrari emblem?
Horse.
Yep. In which town do the Simpsons live?
Springfield.
Correct. Which football team has won the Champions League the most?
Real Madrid.
Correct. The ANC is the largest political party in South Africa. What does it stand for?
Conservatism.
No, African National Congress. What was Britney Spears' first single called?
I should know this one. Upside It Again.
No, it was Baby One More Time. Who wrote the novel To the Lighthouse?
Ernest Hemingway.
No, it was Virginia Woolf.
I can't believe that Britney Spears question is fucked me over within 1 week now. Twice in 1 week.
Framing Britney. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 8 points, which
I'll take that.
your total to 21.
Sorry, Nick.
Very good. Well played. So, Freak, you're up next.
Yes, there we go.
All right. So, are you ready for your 90 seconds of general knowledge?
Yes, please.
Right. Let's start. Elon Musk is the CEO of which global brand?
Tesla.
Correct. What was the name of the child left home alone in the 1990 film?
Matthew McCauley.
No, it was Kevin. Which hormone produced by the pancreas controls the amount of sugar in the blood?
Insulin.
Correct. Which American rapper released The College Dropout in 2004?
Eminem.
No, it was Kanye West. What nationality was the polar explorer Roald Amundsen?
Irish.
No, it was Norwegian. With which film franchise would you associate the character Katniss Everdeen?
The Hunger Games.
Correct. Which country won the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2019?
USA.
Correct. Which animal is the symbol of the Worldwide Fund for Nature?
Panda bear.
Correct. What day of the year is known by fans as Star Wars Day?
May the 4th.
Correct. Who is the only musician ever to have been awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature?
What's his name? Eric Clapton.
No, it was Bob Dylan. Alberta is a province in which country?
Canada.
Yeah. In which state was former US President Barack Obama born?
Hawaii.
Correct. Which musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda debuted in 2015?
Aida.
No, it was Hamilton. Time is up. At the end of that round, you have scored 8 points, which takes your total to 22. It's gonna be close. So 2 players left. Who will make the final? And Tracy.
Hi.
15. So you need 7 or more to make the final, I think.
Right.
All right. Are you ready for your 90 seconds of trivia? Let's go. What year did the Titanic sink on its maiden voyage from Southampton?
1912.
Correct. What is the capital of Portugal?
Lisbon.
Yeah. Which actress played Mary Poppins in the original 1964 film?
Julie Andrews.
Correct. How many players are there in a water polo team?
5.
Incorrect, it's 7. Which color pill does Neo swallow in The Matrix?
The red.
Yes. Who is the former drummer of Nirvana who fronts the Foo Fighters?
Oh, Novoselic. No, it's not right. Go.
No, Dave Grohl. Natasha Romanoff is the real name of which Marvel superhero?
Black Widow.
Correct. Who wrote the novel War and Peace?
Tolstoy.
Correct. The first successful vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796, what disease did it guard against?
I don't know. Polio.
No, it was smallpox. Which Beatles song includes the lyrics, "Suddenly I'm not half the man I used to be, there's a shadow hanging over me"?
Yesterday.
Correct. Which artist created Campbell's soup cans in 1962?
Warhol.
Correct. Mexico's Dia de los Muertos means what in English?
Day of the Dead.
Correct. In what year did the First World War end?
For 1942.
Incorrect. 1918. First World War. Right. At the end of that round, you have 9 points.
Thank you.
Which takes your total to 24. You will be in the final. Will Greg be joining you?
I'm definitely scared now.
All right, but it's okay because you've got your phone and friends. You've got everything.
Yeah.
No advantages. All right, so 90 seconds on general knowledge. Okay. So, in what country will you find the Inca Trail?
Peru.
Correct. Which Alfred Hitchcock film is notorious for its shocking shower scene?
Psycho.
Pedro Pascal stars as the lead character in which original Disney Plus series?
Mandalorian.
Correct. Which former British colony was given back to China in 1997?
Hong Kong.
Correct. Who did Forbes name the youngest ever self-made billionaire in 2019?
Kylie Jenner.
Correct. Brown, rainbow, and lake are types of what fish?
Trout.
Correct. What is the name of Michelle Obama's 2019 memoir?
Mrs. Obama.
No, it's Becoming. What was the first Korean film to win Best Picture at the Oscars?
Parasite.
Correct. Who was the Half-Blood Prince in Harry Potter?
Severus Snape.
Correct. In which country was the Lego Company founded?
Denmark.
Correct. Sisters Anne, Charlotte, and Emily were members of what 19th century literary family?
Bronte.
Correct. Beirut is the capital of what country?
Lebanon.
Correct. Which Tolstoy novel begins, "All happy families are alike, each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way"?
Anna Karenina.
Correct. What element does O represent on the periodic table?
Oxygen.
Correct. In which Italian city will you find the Uffizi Gallery?
Florence.
Correct. Which fashion designer invented the iconic little black dress?
Chanel.
Correct. Which football team is known as the Red Devils?
Manchester United.
Correct. And at the end of that round, come on, chicks.
Go off.
Gregory,
16 points and no passes. That has taken your score to an impressive 31 points.
Gregory, she
Jesus,
is
Greg.
more than her husband, Gregory.
I had to think of something else.
Better than passing.
I
Crushed that.
realized that
Yeah.
like the strategy should be you don't pass at all in the first round and you pass every time you don't know anything in the second round.
I'm not sure about that. That seems a bit flawed. Your game is flawed.
Because the second round, especially if you're like me and you have a really low point, I think the strategy should just be get as much points as possible. And if it's a tie, you'll tie and you lose, but you need to at least get in a position where you might be able to tie in the first place.
Yeah, it took me way too long to think of Reese Witherspoon because I knew that was the wrong answer, but I really wanted to make a Legally Blonde reference. I should have just skipped.
I don't
Was it
even
worth
rinse my
it
round.
to you?
These questions are so fun.
Good job, Tracy, Freak, and Greg.
Thanks.
Yes, our 3
Oh my
finalists.
gosh. Greg, change your score so you can like show how much you've crushed us.
Yeah, so Greg is on 31, Michael's 21, Tracy 24, Nick and Stark 14, and Freak is 22. 22.
Just. If only I got that Britney one.
Oh God, it's gonna haunt you.
Well, I had that same question last week in
Amnesty.
what's the game? Amnesty, and I got that wrong as well. Well, I didn't get it wrong, but
No.
Oh no.
That's all right. First boots on amnesty is nothing to be ashamed of. I've been there.
Yeah.
I was there too.
Those questions are really good though, guys. They were like really
Yes.
well spread questions.
Mm-hmm.
I really try to like randomize because the time spent reading a question can really change things up as well. So I try to get a good balance of.
Also,
of
funny
long
thing
and
is
short.
the water polo question, Fiona. I'm working. I earlier to. I'm starting tomorrow. I just came back from it. The water polo Olympic tournament starting tomorrow, and I had a briefing earlier today.
Wow! So if you just landed on that round of questions,
I'm all official on
good
everything.
to know.
It's gonna be, so actually, the coming week, some participants are gonna be decided in Rotterdam, and I'm gonna be there as one of the few.
That's really cool.
Very exciting.
There's a downside to it. It's a daily COVID test.
Daily.
Who knows?
Yeah, but actually, for me, I don't think that's a downside because at least you know. Information is information.
That you get prodded in the nose. That's not something to look forward to.
Oh,
I'm sure you will adjust. Oh my god, this is very fun. I hope we can play more after.
It was good. I think Fiona, if you like, would be cool. Obviously, it was a lot of work, but if you ever want to do it again.
Well, I'm in talks with somebody to do maybe an international Survivor one next, where everybody chooses an international season. So
Yeah,
we'll
I mean, even
maybe
doing
do
this
that.
version again with like different people would be quite cool
I
in
think
different
there are
seasons.
possibilities.
You've got the questions now.
I will be happy to write that one, and also maybe throw in, also make Survivor questions which are not like from Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa. Throw in some
the general US
like,
ones.
some
Denmark.
France, some Benelux, some Russia, some Turkey, some whatever.
They're doing a
Wow.
Finnish Survivor in the cold this year, aren't they?
I know nothing about those ones.
What?
I'd be hopeless at that quiz.
I think they're doing is it a Finnish Survivor they're doing in the cold this year or somewhere in the
Somebody wrote in the
Scandinavia?
RHAP group about a Finnish Survivor series, but I don't know where they're filming.
Oh, so Pia won't be able to translate for us.
Yeah, that would be hard. No, maybe not as fun to watch, right? You kind of want people to be in a tropical place like that is Survivor.
Not working that good on TV. Even Survivor Guatemala got some crap for that because it wasn't a beach season.
Oh, yeah, but they had a pool in Survivor Guatemala. It's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, it was kind of necessary. Otherwise, you would be eaten by bloody crocodiles. Floating around in the lake, pretty cool though. When you see them, the howler monkeys as well. Also pretty cool. I wasn't that fascinated like Cindy was. Like, look at the howler monkeys and all that, and just like, oh, shut the fuck up.
So I tried to study other seasons of Survivor, but I was like, I'm not going to make it to the third round. And here we are.
Yeah, famous last words. So I'm going to do 90 seconds for the last round of Survivor trivia. The questions again have been randomized and shuffled, and the order will be Freak is first, Tracy second, Greg you're last, and 31 is the score to beat. So do you want to get straight into it?
Yes, please.
All right.
Yes, please.
So 90 seconds for this one. Survivor trivia. It's all US Survivor. And hold on, let me just change the speaker view better. Tracy, are you able to switch off your video there? I'm not sure. Oh, well, let's just try it anyway.
It is off?
Oh, okay. It seems to be on my screen, but maybe it's my computer. Okay, great. Are you ready to start then?
Yes, please.
All right. Excuse me. Drink. All right, 90 seconds of questions. Here we go. Who is the only player in Survivor to be the first person eliminated twice?
Francesca.
Correct. There has only ever been one brown tribe in Survivor history. Which tribe?
Horror.
Correct. In Survivor Gabon, what vegetable was an alliance including Corinne and Charlie named after?
Papaya.
No, it was the Onion Alliance. What season was the first to have a player quit the game?
Pearl Islands.
Correct. Which player was the first to be awarded money by the pop star Sia?
That would be Adam Klein.
No, it was Tai Trang. In which season did Laurel, the third place finisher, have to cast a boat to break the tie?
Ghost Island.
Correct. Who was the first player in Survivor to win in a unanimous vote?
That would be Earl.
Correct. In Survivor Philippines, Jeff Kent was able to keep his professional sports background a secret from the other players. What sport did he play?
Baseball.
Correct. How many times has Rupert Bonham played Survivor?
4 times.
Correct. In Winners at War, who was the only player to give up a chance at returning to the game by refusing to stay at the edge of extinction?
Sandra.
Correct. Which season featured the most medical evacuations with 3 players forced to leave the game?
Go wrong.
Correct. Stephanie LaGrossa famously gave her Philadelphia-based restaurant a plug at the Heroes vs. Villains reunion show. What was the name of her restaurant? And you may answer.
Philly Good Sports Bar.
No, it was Gigi's, the famous filet mignon pizza. But at the end of that round, you have got 9 points and no passes, which takes your total, I believe, to 31. So if Greg has a total flame out, it's still in with a shot. Thank you. And Tracy, you are up next.
Oh my gosh. I knew some of those answers, so that's good.
All right. So your 90 seconds on general Survivor trivia. Let's go. What was the first season in which castaways were divided into tribes based on their sex?
Amazon.
Correct. Which player from Survivor Thailand returned for All Stars?
Xi'an.
Correct. A new power was introduced into the game in Nicaragua, but was only used in that one season. What was it called?
Oh, the Medallion of Power.
Correct. Season 2 of the Australian Outback was the only US season not to film for 39 days. How long did that season go on for?
Oh, I looked this. 43.
Incorrect, 42 days. The first season of Survivor was filmed in Borneo. In what Asian country is the island of Borneo located?
But Borneo is Malaysia.
Correct. What Survivor One World contestant believed that appendicitis was a contagious disease?
Colton.
Incorrect. It was Kat Edison. Which Survivor Gabon contestant, voted out shortly before the family visit, had no loved one to visit him?
Ace?
No, it was Randy Bailey. In which
Oh.
season of Survivor was there an alliance called the Four Horsemen?
Karamoan.
No, it was Fiji. In Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers, which of the tribes was the first to lose all of its players?
Heroes, healers. Heroes, hustlers. Hustlers.
No, it was the Healers. Who
I
was
know.
the most recent winner to be cast in Winners at War? And you may answer.
Oh, I can answer? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The most recent winner, it was Nick.
Correct. And at the end of that round, you have scored 5 points.
See, I was embarrassed. No, I
Taking
don't
your
lie.
total to 29. which means,
Congratulations, Greg.
You don't need to put that. Let's just do it anyway. Edge of the seat stuff now then.
Okay, pressure's off.
The pressure is totally off, but you know, let's just finish it off anyway. So your 90 seconds on Survivor Trivia. First question is, 2 seasons of Survivor have been filmed in Africa. What was the second one?
Gabon.
Correct. What is the name of the composer credited with making the Ancient Voices theme
Ross
of
Landau.
Survivor? Correct. Who was the first Survivor contestant to be sent to the edge of extinction?
Shit, what's the name? Reem Daly.
Dude, in recent years, Survivor has been filmed in Fiji. What was the last country to be filmed in before Fiji became the permanent location?
Cambodia.
Correct. Survivor Philippines was the last time a player was awarded the Sprint Fan Favorite Award. Who won $100,000 in that season?
Malcolm.
Correct. At the Redemption Island finale, David Murphy proposed to a Survivor player from which previous season?
Peg Jeans.
Correct. In Worlds Apart, the players were divided into 3 tribes: white collar, blue collar, and what?
No colour.
Correct. Which player walked off the stage after receiving boos at the live reunion show for
Jerry
Survivor All
Manthey.
Stars? Correct. When players received videos from home in Survivor Borneo, which player did not get one as their family failed to send it in time?
Greg.
Incorrect, it was Jenna. Which contestant on David versus Goliath appeared previously on The Amazing Race?
Mike White.
Correct. What was the name of the chicken Tai Tran grew attached to in Survivor
Mark.
Go Wrong? Correct. What colour buff, often considered the unluckiest in Survivor, was worn by the Malolo tribe on Survivor
Orange.
Ghost Island? Correct. What was the name of the Survivor Borneo tribe whose members included Richard, Rudy, Sue and Kelly?
Kagi.
Correct. And you haven't even seen Borneo. Wow, at the end of that round.
Well done,
you
Greg.
have 12 points, which takes your total to 43 points. Congratulations, we have a winner.
That was
Thanks.
amazing.
And thanks again, Fiona and Joseph. That was really fun.
That was really,
Yeah, thank you,
great.
Fiona and
really
Joseph.
fun.
Really great.
That was epic. Thank you. We are such nerds. Are
I
there any
know.
standard losers?
Round
No,
of
but
applause.
I'm so happy that you stuck with things that like that people could know. You know what I mean? Like not the niche, really like, you know, random.
Yeah. The questions are
So-
the things that interest me. Like,
No, it was
yeah,
wonderful. It
silly-
was so
silly
much fun.
details that
It
stand
was good. It
out.
was a really good idea. Really good execution.
I wish we could continue playing.
What a few
Oh, can we
questions left.
ask it? Yeah. Do you have time? Do you want to ask some more questions?
Yeah, I've got a few leftovers. So
Let me pour myself.
jump in. If, I don't know if everybody in the audience wants to join in as well. Feel free.
Fiona, what would if you were playing, which season would you have picked?
I was thinking Cagayan originally because I watched the episode so many times when it was on, and I would just be happy to watch it again. Like it's one that I really enjoyed.
How did you go about getting the questions? Did you just look at the wiki, or did you actually rewatch bits? Or
Well, this is going to reveal all my secrets now. Yeah, I totally watched every season over and over, and I didn't do any Sporkle quizzes at all.
I did Sporkle quizzes too. To
Yes.
practice.
Let's say I had a mixture of resources, and I'm not going to cite all of them. But
These
yeah,
are-
there was Survivor Wiki.
Oh my
was
gosh,
really
Freak.
helpful. Wow.
Oh my god, Frank.
I'll share my screen if you want to see my study. If you let me share screen.
I will be honest, I didn't do any study, which is why I didn't make the final
These are all
three.
the questions, like 15 pages in total.
my
I think it came to
God.
300 questions. So seriously, thank you, Joseph. I don't think I could have done it. I was panicking when Guatemala
May-
came. I'm like, oh, holy shit,
maybe-
I can't even remember that one.
Can you do the leftovers from would everyone else had? from
Actually,
their
if it's
Yeah.
a dot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the leftovers from the original rounds?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Wish
season.
list.
Let's see if you can answer each other.
How do you
Well-
want to do? You want to write them down or just shout it out?
Yeah,
Just shout
let's
it out.
type it. Oh, okay.
Okay,
We
we'll
can type
type
it
it.
in.
We can type it.
What do we
Okay.
think?
I think we can just shout it out.
Shout it
and
out.
then the one,
Shout it
and the
out.
one
All
not
right.
least, and from who owns the season gets to sit out. Doesn't answer that one.
What?
Yeah, that
Okay,
seems
fine.
fair. That seems fair. Okay.
Unless it's like quiet,
Okay.
like you hear
Sounds
the
good.
you hear the chirping.
All right. There's
Sounds
only a
good.
few left for each. So, okay, just the top of my stack, I've got China then. Question 1. When casting a vote for Eric, one contestant said that this is probably the biggest mistake I'm going to make in this game. Who said this?
PG.
Todd.
Yeah.
Denise.
Oh,
How many idols did James have in his possession when he was voted out of the game?
2.
Yeah. How many players were on the jury of Survivor China?
9.
7.
did it?
7 is
Seven.
right.
So
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
What bad news from home did Todd receive at the family visit?
Her sister lost
This
a baby.
was tired.
Yep.
Lost his what?
A baby.
Miscarriage. This is had a miscarriage. What temple did players get to visit on an overnight reward?
Shaolin monk temple. I don't know.
Yep, correct. Shaolin Temple.
Oh, Greg.
Good.
He didn't know. He didn't know that one.
Oh,
Right. So Samoa leftover questions. So Greg, you're barred from this one. How many tie votes occurred during Survivor Samoa?
typos.
How many tie votes? Tied votes.
Oh,
That's okay.
2.
4?
It was just 1.
I thought the Kelly, is it Kelly?
Laura.
Yeah. At the Survivor auction, which player spent their $500 on a piece of apple pie as well as a clue to the hidden immunity idol?
Brit.
Russell?
Monica?
Eric.
It was John Fincher.
John Fincher.
Oh.
I did rewatch the auction. In total, how many hidden immunity idols did Russell find this season?
3.
3.
3 is right.
Okay, right.
Yep. While the season was being filmed, what type of natural disaster hit Samoa?
Earthquake.
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Earthquake /
Hurricane.
tsunami. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a tropical cyclone. I don't know if that would have
Oh.
contentious question if it came up. And the last one, Shambo, maybe my favorite all-time player. Is that bad? Shambo had a dream that convinced her she needed to vote off a certain contestant who became her target because of this dream.
Was it Monica?
No.
Was it
Danger Dave.
Russell?
It was Danger Dave. It was maybe my second
Oh,
best
Danger Dave.
favorite player of all time.
I think it's a really underrated cast. There are so many good people in that season.
Yeah. Gems.
It was just so Russell heavy, wasn't it? And then we got like 3 extra seasons of Russell.
And
So it just
Michael,
became.
due to that, I can't rewatch Samoa. It really put the damper on it because it was too Russell heavy.
Okay, if you rewatch
Honestly,
a few clips, you'll
it's
find
worth it
yourself
because there are
loving
some
it
really
again.
good people.
I know, like I really
Yeah.
Liz Kim. I would love to
Liz
see her
Kim,
come back.
I wish she'd come back because she was really fun.
Thing is, I
Okay.
couldn't tell you anything about any of the other followers.
Greg, now I'm curious. Were you team Russell or team Natalie White?
Team Natalie White because he made too many mistakes.
I was
When
Team
you were
Russell.
watching it, like when I was watching it,
cried.
when I was watching it like the first time, I was like big Russell fan. It was just obviously that we just kept on seeing him. That people
Yeah.
kept it
If,
too much.
Yeah.
if he hadn't unnecessarily like burnt Jason's socks and the stuff that was like just
Yeah,
to mess with people,
beyond
that's what
yeah.
lost me. Yeah.
I was
With
That thing
that-
from the
With
get-go.
that cyclone, it was the you were right. It was the I think the earthquake like happened whilst they were airing it or something. Because I remember Jeff did like a whole.
It was
Thing
in
at the start
between.
of-
It was in between the 2 seasons, I think. And then
Oh right, yeah.
because that's what
They
I
did a
read. It was in between
fundraiser,
the 2
right?
seasons, but some of the crew and stuff were there, and so they helped as well with the people of the.
Because I remember having to go to
Right.
high ground because it was impacting New Zealand as well.
Ooh, scary.
Oh wow.
All right, I've got a few leftover Cambodia questions, only 3. So, which 3 players were not picked to go on the Loved Ones reward and made a final 3 deal while they stayed behind at camp?
Asha, Jeremy, and
Spencer?
no Spencer
Spencer,
went.
yeah.
Right?
No, Jeremy, Tasha, and Spencer, and that was the 3 that got to the end. How many votes did Jeremy receive at the final tribal council to be crowned sole survivor?
9.
10, yeah.
It's 10, yeah. Which season was actually filmed before Survivor Cambodia but was postponed to allow the much anticipated second chances to air first?
Oh,
So
wrong.
Oh,
That's correct. Yeah.
That's amazing.
What could go wrong?
There's a theory. They used Go Wrong, throw all the shit against the wall. Turned out to be it was way too fucking hot, and they toned it down a bit for second chances. How's that for a theory?
Yeah, well, when you look at the 2 seasons, like comparatively, they look like such different places,
It
don't
was
they?
so fucking
Yeah,
harsh.
the time of year made such a difference.
Yeah.
Like it made that, like I heard temperatures flying by. They also did in Guatemala. They had like 114 in the jungle over there. That was fucking crazy as well.
But that proper temperature location as the French survivor where the guy got the heart attack, right?
Guatemala as a location was insane. Like I felt like they were gonna die.
Mhm.
Yeah. They like if you saw Danny at the end, she was a fucking corpse.
So emaciated.
I think with seasons like that, you don't really care if they give them a bit more water or a bit more, sustenance
Yeah.
and things like
Then
that.
again, also see Danny at the end of Edge of Extinction with the family visit. It was also crazy.
And the thing with like forested, like I guess like China or Guatemala, is that when it rains, there's nowhere else for the water to go.
Yeah.
You know, there are the rivers, but the rivers and the shore is like on the same plane.
Yeah.
Everything gets muddy is crazy.
And the camps in China had those stairs, but they went from the shore up to another plateau. So like in like the first or second episode, when it downpoured, all the rain literally just stood in the middle of the camp.
It was like
It didn't go anywhere.
just like a mud.
It wasn't that crazy, luckily, in Guatemala, because they had to also go pretty far inward from the lake.
It's interesting seeing like all the international versions like do something different with their locations this year, and then the American one just still go into Fiji.
Yeah, back to Fiji we go.
It helps if Fiji puts half the bill for Survivor.
I do think this Australian one in Konkari is going to be tough because like it's proper barren.
They're probably gonna like.
And the South African landscape is similar, right? It's supposed to be really.
Michael, where
They can't go in the water in South Africa because there's too many sharks.
It's in
Yeah.
Konkari, which is like West Queensland. So if you've watched The Amazing Race, the new series, when they go to Longreach, it's basically around there.
Oh, interesting.
So is it on the road when you go from Townsville inland?
To Mount Isa, yeah.
Wow.
I went on a bus ride from Townsville down that road all the way down to Alice Springs and then all the way up to
Jesus.
Darwin. That was
See,
a fun bus
I
ride.
didn't go that far. I went to just Mount Isa with my parents like when I was younger, and it is like proper long and barren and yeah.
Yep. So seeing the sunrise from the bus up there when you go up north, that's pretty fun though.
So do you want some heroes versus villains leftover questions? Got a
Go on.
couple. All right. Tracy, you're not allowed to answer.
I know.
How many votes did the runner-up Poverty receive in the final tribal council?
3?
4.
3 is right. 3.
Oh, who was the 3?
Oh,
It was hold on, I can
Rupert,
tell
right?
you.
Coach?
Danielle.
It was Coach, Danielle, and I'm Jerry.
Yeah, I think. Okay. What color was the heroes versus villains yin yang merged tribe buff?
Black.
Black.
Yeah.
Right.
And which player on the heroes tribe was blindsided when Tom Westman played his idol?
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Yes. Ooh.
Terrible. That oh my god, thinking about this, that's like that feels. You know what that reminds me? Tom blindsiding Siri. It feels like if it gives me Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl.
You know what? You can't blame Tom for that. You can't. It's JT. It was JT.
Vic, you need to have a
It was, Tom
podcast
was saving
with you.
himself. It was
JT fucking
JT.
sucks,
That,
just FYI.
yeah. JT. Yeah. Let's not blame Tom.
JT Justin Timberlake.
Yes, exactly.
Coincidence? I think
I'm
not.
so confused. All right, San Juan del Sur. What a shame Nick's not allowed to answer these. I think we should just let him.
Oh, cuss.
No. Who was Natalie supposed to be voting for when she acted dumb and voted out Anna
Alec.
Christie?
Alec.
Oh,
Oh,
And
well.
who was she supposed to be
Keith.
voted
Keith.
for?
Keith.
Keith is
Keith.
correct. How many players were left in the game when Missy twisted her ankle during a reward challenge?
Like
6.
5?
5.
6.
6. Which player declared himself to be a meat collector?
Oh,
Drew.
meat collector.
It was Alec.
Oh, Alec.
Drew was basically the badass, and his brother was the meat collector. Was Del Wentworth voted out before or after his daughter?
After.
After, yeah. Jacqueline finished second with 2 votes. Besides her husband John, who else voted for her to win?
Read.
Yep. Which 2 San Juan del Sur players competed on the premiere of Candy Crush?
Kelly and Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yes. Yes, correct. That was quite
Hunapu
I'm
and
glad we
Baloo
get
are
someone
two of
else
my
out.
all-time favorite tribes.
Hunapu. Oh, I love Hunapu so much.
Yeah.
That was a fun season. That was
in
such an
my head, so
underrated.
Kim would actually have been on Hunapu. Forget Kasaya.
Yes,
She
yes,
should, like,
it was her and her
and then
sister who were
Sokin
the
would have been
pair.
iconic with that as well.
Yeah.
Like so.
A really
Kelly
hot
and-
tribe. A really good-looking tribe.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of
Underrated
a lot of the
season.
plus ones felt like they were on the other. Like, no offense, Val and Co, but like it felt like they casted Jeremy and they're like, okay, now we need your wife. And they casted.
Oh no, Vel was
like,
fun.
Oh,
I think we saw more of. I think if we saw more of Vel, like we would have got some good moments. I mean, even in the 2 episodes were pretty good.
Yeah. I like Julie McGee.
Silence.
I have to say, those are
What's her redeeming? I don't really know what her redeeming quality is, Julie McGee.
So like
Her redeeming quality would have been overcoming, like
got
getting
nice
rid of John.
eyes.
I watched
She's got huge eyes.
when I was
Julie
watching
McGee.
Eye surgery.
when I was watching it live, I really liked her, and then on the rewatch, I liked her even more because okay, from what I read also post game, was that production and Jeff Probst have they don't blame her at all for her quit, because they have come out to say that basically they convinced that she wasn't going to play at all until like they basically coerced her into playing. Because they wanted John Rocker so badly. So when she quit, that's the reason her quit was so like neutral, was because they didn't fault her with the quit, because she never wanted to come and play. It was like she was doing production a favor by playing for them to get John
So then why
Rocker.
do you like her?
Because I felt like she had a mind for the game. I felt like she was better than what she let
You
on
just
in what
said she
they
didn't want to
showed her.
play.
But just because you don't want to play something
That
doesn't
doesn't
mean you
mean
can't be
that she's
good at
not
it.
good at it.
Right.
Like I think she had a lot of game awareness to know where all the pieces lied. I just didn't think she had the social capital to piece the pieces together. And it was very apparent, especially when she quit, when people like were trying to coerce her to quit, and she immediately saw it through everything. And she's like, no, the only reason you want me in this game is because I'm your lackey, I'm your number, and you want me around because it's beneficial for you, but none of you are thinking about what's beneficial for me. And that's when I was like, oh, I like her a lot, because this was more than a shot to her. She was just like, I'm doing what I want. And also the final 3 is amazing. All 3 of them played great games in the final 3.
It's sad to say, it's a bit of a blur to me. Say the 20s to 30s season, like you got that entire slump between heroes versus villains and Philippines. Then you got a dog shit season in Caramoan, and then it became a bit offish for me, unless it picked up for me at Cambodia for some silly reason.
Baylor had a lot of airtime that I did not remember.
Baylor.
Like Kageyama came back on for me on the rewatch, but I couldn't be asked to rewatch the one Tyson one and the one Natalie one for some silly reason.
Natalie plays the best winning game in my opinion. That's why.
Oh,
yeah, Natalie's my second favorite.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking.
It's gonna be my first rewatch then, 29.
I think a lot of my enjoyment of the seasons is also if I'm listening to the podcast at the same time. And RHA Peak was just so fun in San Juan del Sur. The soundboard,
was so good.
Yeah, so I think that like double the enjoyment for me. But
like, what does Muffin think?
Yes. Yeah, there was just so much like silly, funny stuff. And just the characters like Keith Nail. I love Keith Nail.
Oh, and like Baylor's songs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sticky Situation, I think is an absolute banger. I love that song. And someone did a really good one-off version of it.
We'll just show up.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll just show up.
It was good. It was so many like bits, and then all of Drew Christie and Alex Christie.
Yeah. There's a lot of quality there. All right, moving on to Guatemala on the other hand. So I've only got a couple of questions left for this one.
Oh dear.
On what day was the first ever hidden immunity idol played?
11?
23.
No, it's earlier than 23, I think.
18.
Day 24.
Oh, no.
And what is the title of the first episode of Survivor Guatemala?
We're all gonna die hiking through the woods.
It's a long walk.
This is hard. Big trick, big trouble, big surprise.
Who knows that?
Never remember episode title. For winning immunity during the... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just that first episode is just amazing. How like what they did to those people.
Brutal is the word. Yeah.
And then in rewatch, when I went to Tikal, when I was up there on that on the temple where they didn't film it from, but you could see the other temple behind it. And also the picture that I posted just in the chat, just standing on top of that temple, and I had the sunrise on top of another temple, and then just watching down there. They did fucking Survivor down there. That realization coming to mind. That was pretty fun. Although being there 12 years later, but go on.
Wow. Okay. So for winning immunity during the double tribal council, Rafe is given the ability to give immunity to somebody after the votes are cast. Who does he select?
Stephanie?
Gary.
It was Gary, yeah. And the first individual reward challenge of the season had a sliding scale of rewards, with each place in the challenge corresponding to a different meal. What did the last place contestant get?
A cup of water,
Of
right?
water from the lake, right? From the river?
Yeah,
And
it
some
was
nuts.
river water and some nuts. Ramon nuts.
Yeah.
But it had been boiled though.
Oh,
Well,
lovely.
But
They
it
were
still
clear
looked
about
brown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that. It was
Still
still
gross.
brown, but he was very clear that it had been boiled.
Don't try that water.
I love that. I do like Guatemala a lot,
It's a great
actually.
season. I love Cindy Hall.
I'm always curious, like
I love
when
what?
also with
Cindy
RHAP
Hall.
coming, because there isn't that much love, because the cast I found was pretty fun. You got Judd, he's a fucking good narrator. You got Steph, pretty much. You
That
saw
shit insane.
the rise and you saw the fall of Steph in that season. Rave was a fun character. Lydia.
I loved how fun it was and how free it was too. Like they just let the people go over to the camp and hang out for birthday, and
Have
they
a
had the
fucking party.
yeah. And
Guatemala made me realize that, so because I've got a twin brother, and it made me appreciate that my parents didn't give us rhyming names. Like
Yeah.
having Cindy and Mindy and Jamie and Raimi. That is ridiculous.
What would you have been then?
I have no idea, but not Raimi.
Greg
that's
and
for
Reg. Yeah.
What's your twin
and
brother's name?
Cindy still has the car, which
Yes,
is
she has.
hysterical.
And my favorite thing about Cindy is that whenever any podcast she's been post Guatemala, all she does is shit on Stephanie. All she does.
The
I
way
haven't
they
listened to
buried
the
the
Talk
edit.
with T-Bird yet.
You haven't
it's
listened
really
to her
good.
Talking with T-Bird? It's really
No.
good.
Both of
Alright.
them.
And the follow-up, and the follow-up is really good too.
I haven't listened to the second one though, so that's.
Oh, it's really, yeah, it's quite a
I haven't
story.
listened to Lex's one yet. I have to listen to that one.
I just listened to that one. That was good too.
Mhm.
They're all good. All right, I have some general Survivor trivia if we want to just go through those, and then I think
If you want
Can
to,
I'll
you want
use
to
the-
back that up.
yeah, I'll save the rest of the general knowledge for a future quiz. I think. All right, but the rest of the Survivor trivia I can do. Sorry, go ahead,
Okay.
Michael.
I was about to say also the timing of your Mastermind quiz was really like quite concise. So we could fit that in like an actual episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good work.
Oh, Fiona,
But
do
the
you want to
actual
stop
episode only
recording?
has 2 rounds, right? You got special
The-
round and
And general knowledge, and then the final round. In real Mastermind, there would just be the 2 rounds, but I
Yeah.
just thought, well, let's make it a bit more.
yeah, that's
exciting.
I loved it. I was really stoked. Like, okay, I'm gonna prepare notes. I got also my notes from a previous quiz which I did in May with Nancy Bird and Aaron Meredith from Island of the Idols.
The
I
hot
actually
guy.
won that fucking quiz. That was
Oh,
that was
wow.
great.
Do you keep in touch with anyone? Do you know the hot guy?
Aaron, yeah.
No. There's
Aaron-
one guy in the audience who's really hot. Like who's also doing the quiz.
Kevin, and he asked the first question, and for the rest he done shit. And I fucking beast moded because I had like a streak of 5 questions, and they all had varying amounts, and we were in the Zoom call, and only the first one answered the question in the chat, got the points, and I got 5 in a row, and it were a total of 20 questions. And I believed I got 5 in a row, and then later on I picked up 2 more. That was crazy. That was good fun.
Times. So let's see how you do on my remainder questions then.
Right.
General
I'm ready.
trivia, anybody can shout out for this.
Sure.
So in Survivor Pearl Island, which 2 contestants returned to the game in the Outcast twist?
Lil
Sorry,
and
Lil.
Burton.
Yeah, Lily and Burton. I like Burton. I wish he'd come back.
He's
Yeah.
also really
What did-
hot.
Yeah.
Also that. What did Colby bring as his luxury item in Survivor Australia?
Big ass.
Texas flag.
Texas flag.
Texas flag, yep. Who was the first contestant to give out their Twitter handle at a Survivor reunion?
Cochrane.
Cochrane. Yeah, I love that. Who is the second 2-time winner of Survivor?
Tony.
Sandra.
Tony.
And
Tony. Second.
Oh, second.
winner.
Sorry.
Yep.
My internet's not good.
Which US state has had the most Survivor contestants?
California.
Oh.
Jersey.
California.
Oh.
By a
One of the
mile.
most winners, right?
But who's the most winners?
Which one has the most winners?
New
One of the
Jersey,
three.
probably. I'm assuming.
No, I think it is because Tony's from New Jersey, right? And then you've
Yeah.
got
Michelle.
Tony,
Natalie.
Michelle, Natalie.
Natalie,
Yep.
exactly.
So
Most
I'll
iconic
think of
name.
any more. Okay. How many castaways were eliminated in the premiere of Survivor Palau?
2.
2.
3.
Three.
Oh, 3, of course.
Wow.
that's
One
right,
vote out and
tribal.
2 that never made the tribe. That was so sad. That was brutal.
That was
Who was
ridiculous.
the only
Rude.
castaway to be voted out 3 times in one season?
Aussie.
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 Yeah, I hope
That's
that's
so
still
annoying.
correct. Like Edge of Extinction. Yeah, I think that's
Still correct.
Correct,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In Survivor Philippines, which member of the cast attended every single tribal council?
Denise.
Denise.
Denise. Which Survivor Marquesas player's son was the first to experience life at camp?
Recipia.
No.
Tammy's
Should I
cousin.
say Marquesa?
Oh, Kathy.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, was she the
O'Brien.
only one who was a parent with an old enough child to come?
First.
I think of that group could be
People left.
maybe the general.
Did Pascal have any children?
But
Maybe.
they didn't have to bring a child. I mean, it could have been his
That's
wife
true.
or somebody, right? Okay. What is the term used when a tribe is wiped out by the other tribe and is named after one of the tribes in the first season of Survivor?
Pagong.
Yeah.
Pagong.
Which
Yeah.
season was the first to show Ponderosa
Isn't it
videos?
ulonging? Pagonging is what
No.
happens when a merge, and ulonging is
Ulonging
what
they
happens
get picked
pre-merge.
Ulonging is pre-merge and Pagonging is post-merge.
Yeah.
I don't really think Ulonging gets used that much because that never really happens.
No.
Because now it's like the Matt Singh instead.
And now it's the intentional Matt Singh,
Yeah.
not just the Matt
Yeah.
Singh.
Or it could have been the Furfo.
Yeah. You could
Yeah.
argue that the blue tribe on EOE got Oolong because they lost every possible challenge.
Yeah.
Lesu.
So
Yeah, we used to one season, I have
first
no
season
idea.
with Ponderosa. Did anybody get that?
Sorry?
The first
Australian
season to show
Outback.
Is it Hero-
Ponderosa videos.
Oh,
Heroes
Ponderosa
Village?
videos, like on
Gabon?
YouTube.
Micronesia.
Yeah, it was Micronesia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gabon one was so nasty. When
Yes.
Crystal
Gabon
went
in
out and they were,
Gabon was
it was
Oh, the onions
horrible.
being such assholes.
Also,
Yeah,
they
I
had to
don't
sleep in
like
a tent still. I would have been pissed.
yeah. Okay. Whose hand did Eric Reichenbach lick chocolate cake off at the Survivor Micronesia
Mary's.
auction? Yes.
Yeah.
What
Who
was the
wouldn't lick
occupation
chocolate
of-
off Jory's hand?
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. It's better than winning, probably. So what was the occupation of Carl, the Survivor Africa contestant who lost in a tiebreaker to
Doctor.
Dentist.
Dentist?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What season followed Survivor Guatemala?
Exile Island.
Panama.
Yeah. Yeah, Panama, Exile Island. What Swedish show is Survivor based on?
Expedition
Expedition
Robinson.
Yeah. In Survivor Cagayan, who was the last surviving member of the Beauty tribe?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Jeffra.
Yes.
Oh,
Jeffra. The theme tune Ancient Voices is based on a folk song that translates to I'll go and get outside. From what language?
Russian.
Yeah. Who is the only survivor to have been on both fans and favorites tribe?
Eric Reichenbach.
Eric Reichenbach.
Eric.
Yeah. What was the first season in which Jeff Probst hosted a reunion show?
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Island.
Which player stepped down in Survivor Palau's epic final immunity challenge?
Yeah.
Katie
Ian.
Gallagher.
Which player stepped down first? Sorry.
Katie
Katie.
Gallagher.
Katie.
Katie
Oh.
Gallagher.
Good one, Nick.
Drawing Rocks first appeared in season 4. In which season did they make an appearance for the second time?
Blood versus
Blood
Water.
versus
Renewals genetics, yeah?
Blood
Blood
versus Water.
versus Water.
Blood versus
was
Water.
Water was
the,
first.
the next one.
But
Oh,
they
yeah.
spoiled, they
27.
spoiled it in the preview.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you saw it coming.
Forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an intern.
It
story,
was
right?
Big Brother live. It was spoiled on Big Brother 15 live feeds. They were going to rocks. Yes, I said it on live feeds that they go to rocks.
Okay, what was the name of the tribe Ozzy led when he returned to play in Survivor South Pacific?
Survive.
Savaii. Yeah. Only 5 seasons. Only 5 seasons who've had all 3 finalists receive jury votes. What is the most recent one?
Wow.
Is it EOE? I don't know. I've not seen EOE or David Dursk live.
Is
It
it?
was. Oh yeah.
Wait, let me.
David Ruskell, I know.
No, it's not David.
No. What one was before Ghost Island?
Is it San Juan Delta?
No, because Missy didn't get one. I know, yeah, maybe.
Yes, she did, but it's since that.
Season 35. Season 35. What the fuck's it saying?
Heroes vs Hustlers. Do they
Yeah,
all get
correct.
voted?
Yeah, because Ryan got one from Devon Pinto.
Yeah.
He's a such a
Christy and yeah. Okay. What is Survivor Nicaragua winner Fabio's real first name?
Judd.
Yeah.
He's really hot. He's really hot now.
Final question.
Hot doesn't make you smart.
No,
But hot
like
makes you a
him.
millionaire, baby.
He was secretly smart. He was like, I think he was.
Secretly
He
smart.
was He just got
Yeah.
lucky. Bless him.
Very
He did,
secretly.
but didn't he like blow his million like immediately after winning it? Or something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got arrested for a DUI for getting high on a skateboard.
I feel
He had,
like
a, he, had,
now,
he, had, he had a fun year.
now he like
I
leads
liked him.
now he like leads a charity or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Final question. In which season did Castaways experience an earthquake?
Vanuatu.
Vanuatu.
Correct. That's it. That's all I've got.
Done, you
Nothing
guys.
for you.
Thanks, Fiona.
Good job, guys.
That is
very fun.
it.
Oh, and thank you,
so
Joseph.
much.
It's going to be outtakes.
That was so much fun. Good job,
Yeah.
everyone.
Now I
Great
have a
job.
presentation to make for which I have done fuck all because
Oh
I've
my
just
God.
been into doing this. I'm going to be winging it tomorrow big time. But anyway, it was worth it.
I'm
Thank you
hosting
so
a
much.
game
Thank you so
tomorrow,
much.
and I have
On the
not
next
prepared at
season,
all.
on the next Survivor Mastermind to make up the questions, if you want to.
Cool.
Yeah, Fiona
Let's
and Pierre, you need to
do
be in it next time. And Joseph.
Yours are going to be all like sports ball and stuff. And oh god,
Sports ball.
Maybe a couple.
We need more sports questions.
Are we doing a normal quiz in 2 weeks?
Maybe in March.
Okay.
And,
Yeah,
I can lead it if you want,
maybe.
Fiona.
Excellent. That'd be great. So yeah, I'll just post a thing, and whoever wants to do a round.
I'll do
Sweet.
another
That would be
TV. I'll do
cool.
another
Oh yeah,
TV
back
one.
to.
yeah, I need to take my anger out on the Only Connect producers.
Oh yeah, what happened at the audition?
Oh, we got the wall, but we got nothing else. I think we got one round one, and then nothing else except for the wall. So
What's
So, have
this?
you heard anything?
we got the wall for 10.
But this is an audition, right? Not the
Interview.
actual.
That's the second round. We auditioned a while ago.
Yeah. So have you heard if you got on yet?
They said they'll tell us by Friday, but I'm not particularly hopeful. If it's a weak group, I think we're in.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Good.
You never know. Just send them the tape of this. I mean,
Bye, Pia.
you know stuff.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Is everyone leaving?
You want to make us host, Fiona?
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm just
hang
going
on
to
for
stop
a
the recording.